Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 26th. This week, you start off with this Success and Triumph card. It says, nothing will be able to get in your way. You will surely come out on top. Love it. You have this Exchanging Gifts card. It says, there's a dance of give and take. What you give, you will get back. So we're already off to a good start here and definitely could be having some sort of win at this time. And yeah, this looks like kind of like a rapid or quick new beginning. The Fool is taking a leap of faith towards a new beginning, and then we have the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands is kind of like quick success or something happening quickly. I wouldn't really worry about the Tower. Again, everybody's had the Tower again. So there could be some sort of global Tower moment going on. And, again, whenever I see the Tower a bunch of times in like everybody's reading, to me, that's more like a collective energy or something that is collectively happening in your life. So, like I said, we'll see what comes up, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. You have the Fool, the Eight of Wands, and the Four of Swords. This, to me, looks like a period of action after a period of inaction. So maybe you feel like you haven't been doing much, or maybe you feel like you haven't been maybe you feel like you've been lazy, or maybe you feel like you haven't been working a lot or whatever. And I kind of see you taking action on a lot of stuff. We even go down to the Magician, to the Ten of Cups, and we have the Ace of Wands right here. So we see a lot of these kind of like action-based energies going on here. And again, this could be a very busy period for you. The Eight of Wands is 8 wands. It is, kind of like 8 arrows that are being shot into the sky. And so a lot of you, I feel, could be kind of launching a lot of things out into the world. And, this could be literal. Like you could be starting a bunch of business ideas, or you could be putting a lot of your ideas out into the world and, kind of just using the shotgun approach, right? Like just putting everything out, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. And the Eight of Wands, some of these wands are going to get to their target before others, right? So some of those wands are kind of like in a different place. They're not all getting there at the same time. And so I feel like, I don't know, that's popping into my head as important. So there you go, Gemini. I don't know what else to say about that, if I'm being honest. So it just popped into my head, and that's why I said it. But, again, I think some things are going to happen sooner than others. And maybe you just need to realize that, you have the Four Swords. It's like in those periods where nothing is happening, just, relax, right? Take some time for yourself. And in those slow periods that we have sometimes, make sure you're recharging your batteries, and make sure you're healing and resting, relaxing, because again, in the Eight of Wands, I kind of get this feeling that it's like there are going to be times coming up, and I know this is a weekly reading, but I feel like this is talking about like years into the future from now till then. And I feel it's saying like in those times where things seem to slow down, use those moments to charge up your batteries. And then in the times where everything is hitting, where those arrows are hitting their mark or whatever, then double down on the energy during those times. And again, I think that will create a lot of momentum in your life. I think sometimes, something people forget about the Eight of Wands is that the Eight of Wands is a card of momentum. It says like you need to keep things going after something hits its mark. So, again, I think during the slow times, gathering your energy will allow you to have enough energy to keep the momentum going. With the Fool card, you have the Moon card. The Moon is a period of like fantasies, illusions, not seeing things clearly. I think this has been all year. I think all year you've been in Moon energy. I would say that actually the good news is I kind of feel that we are going to see that you are coming out of Moon energy in this reading. So I think that you are gaining more clarity, or you're about to step into a period of more, seeing how things need to be done. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles, of course, says teamwork makes the dream work, but Three of Pentacles is kind of like your master work. It's creating something great. It's a card of quality work as well. He has created something of quality, and now he is being recognized for the work that he has done. Those people are looking at the work that he has done. And so it could be time for you to put something out into the world, especially if you've been working on a project or a business or an idea. And the Eight of Wands is an amazing card for social media. So for those of you that work in social media, you could be sharing your voice on social media, or you could be presenting some sort of project or something that you're working on social media. This could also just say that you're about to get a lot of attention, and it might come in waves. Like I said, some of those arrows are hitting sooner than others, is what I feel with that Eight of Wands. So something, like I kind of get this feeling of things kind of like going up, and then it seems like they're going down, but they're not. I think it's like in those moments where the wave goes down, there's like another one coming behind it. And why is that important? I don't know. I think maybe because sometimes when things slow down, we have a tendency to give up, right? And I feel like this is saying like, no, things are coming in waves, so make sure to keep the momentum going. With the Four of Swords, you have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is about curiosity. Everybody gets the Page of Swords, like in 2024. It's like it shows up all the time in readings. I think we're in a time of curiosity where we just need to embrace like visionary, new, or different plans or different ways of doing things. And as long as we stay curious and we kind of like update our skills, then we will continue to be successful. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this receive card and this prepare card. Are you kidding? So this is saying like prepare to receive. And what are you receiving? I'm not sure yet. It could be a flash of insight. You know, you have the Tower to the Ace of Wands going this direction here. And the Tower has that lightning bolt at the top, which could represent a light bulb moment. And then the Ace of Wands is like a flash or a spark of insight. You know, I look at the Ace of Wands as that kind of just that thing we need sometimes to get motivated to take action. It's kind of like that spark of hope or that spark of inspiration. And so, I don't know, kind of looks to me like you could be receiving, this is saying like prepare to receive a spark of inspiration that will lead to success. So we have the Tower. Again, I think, like I said, everybody's been getting the Tower. We're going to have a ton of global Tower moments between now and 2033. I said it at the beginning of this reading. I did, the beginning of this year, I did a reading with Christopher Witecki, and I said, from Serious Joy, and I said, buckle up for 2024. But I think between now and 2033, it's just going to be like more and more things happening. But the whole point of the Tower is that the Tower represents seeing reality. It's these people are needing to come down to reality. They've been ignoring reality for too long. And so they have to be able to see reality to clean it up. It's like, you know, Louise Hay used to say that if you're sweeping your house, right, you have to see the dirt so you can clean it up. And I believe between now and 2033, we are basically in a time where we are seeing the dirt so we can clean it up. So I think that, and this is why I encourage people to stay positive and don't be a doomer, right? Because it's like, yes, it looks like there's a bunch of messy stuff going on in the world, but these things have been in the darkness. They have been simmering below the surface for a very long period of time. And it's like, how can we fix it if we can't see it? And, you know, I think that's why there are a lot of global Tower moments happening at this time, is because there are things that need to be fixed that we have to be able to see to fix them in the first place. You have the the Magician. I think it's interesting that the Magician is pointing to the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is like love, joy, happiness. The Ten of Cups, these people are standing in the real world, but they are focusing on these 10 cups right here. They're focusing on love, joy, and happiness, even though they still have to deal with the real world issues and problems and all that other stuff. Again, I think that the most spiritual thing that you can possibly do at this time is be an inspiration for other people. We have to bring more light to the world. Believe it or not, some chick tried to cancel me on Twitter like a few months ago, saying that I support Israel or something like that. I don't support any war, period, point blank, period, right? I didn't even say anything about it. She totally made it up. She's clearly in love with me. She's obsessed with me, is really what it boils down to. But I never said anything about it, right? And she made it seem like I did, of course, whatever. But you know, the funny thing is in that video that she was referencing, I was like talking about how we've been doing the same thing for like 200 years. And that's what she took out of context, where we just focus on all this bad stuff and we don't do anything about it, right? So to be able to fix these problems, then we need to bring more light into the world. How is that a bad thing? I don't know. How am I the bad guy? I have no freaking clue. But what I would say here is people are nuts. And, you know, again, I think that the Magician is saying you need to bring more light into the world, no matter what is going on around you. And if you do that, you will manifest great things. And then you will show other people how to do it. And by doing that, then, you know, when those people do it, more people do it. And then things get better, right? You have the Queen of Cups. I feel like the Queen of Cups is saying follow your heart. And we also have the Ace of Wands here. So this would be like follow your heart, follow your inspiration, you know, and there could be like a light bulb moment this way that you are receiving. in your life. And I feel like this light bulb moment could be you like inspiring other people, or you could be being inspired to follow your heart. And again, I would move in that direction, Gemini. With the Tower, you have the High Priestess. Yeah, trust your intuition. We are in a very intuitive time. I mean, even we have Neptune and Pisces, which kind of makes everybody more intuitive. So if you're getting intuitive messages, or, if you feel like something is a message, it is. I've been seeing a lot of this energy where, it seems to me like people are kind of like getting messages, but they're not like listening to it, or they're kind of thinking, oh no, that can't be a message, but it actually is. So I feel like this is saying, don't make sure that you pay attention to those messages you receive, and don't ignore them, right? With the Magician, you have the World. The Magician in the World is literally just manifesting something in the world, but the world is an accomplishment. So the world would say that you can easily manifest your vision in Earth, like down on Earth, or whatever it is you're trying to do. You can clearly manifest it here on Earth. And so I feel like the world is saying that you need to manifest something, or you are manifesting something in the world. Maybe you're meant to be a light in the world. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Page of Cups. Could be new love for some of you. So there could be like a admirer. I would say it's probably a secret admirer with the Page of Swords and the Ten of Cups here. But this definitely could be a new connection. This would be, again, going to the Page of Cups would say that this person isn't going to be secret for much longer. So some of you could be being approached by a person, or someone could be sliding into your DMs or something like that. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this card. It says, true feelings are masked. You have this talisman. It says, you are destined to succeed. How funny is that you have that true feelings are masked card? So it might be time to reveal your feelings, or someone could be revealing their feelings to you. You have this, everything about this reading is success. Even your first card, it said success and triumph on it. So again, I wouldn't even worry about that Tower. What I would do is, if you have a Tower moment in the sense that you're having a revelation or a light bulb moment, maybe you do need to have a Tower moment where maybe you have to go back to the drawing board. Sometimes I think, maybe we're working on like a business or an idea, and then we have a realization that what we've been doing is wrong and we just need to make a change. Not really a Tower moment, not really that big of a deal. We just kind of have to start over a little bit, but really, are you even going to have to start over? Probably not. You probably have built some things that you can use on your new path or your new journey. But again, sometimes it's like, I have to rewrite this paper, or I have to redo this thing. Makes sense after a retrograde that you would have to redo something, but again, I think you are destined to succeed is what this is saying. You have the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. Knight of Swords with the Tower would say, like, be careful of people who are saying the sky is falling. If you have a person in your life who is a doomer or something like that, or maybe you're seeing something on the news, the Knight of Swords kind of says, like, don't jump to conclusions. Don't immediately think that things are going to be all bad, right? Kind of like put things into perspective. The Knight of Swords is too hasty, and he makes hasty decisions, and it kind of just says, like, hey, slow things down and look at things from a neutral perspective and kind of see where things are going. So again, maybe you're worried about something in the world, or maybe you're worried about something in your business, or that's going on in your business. It kind of just says, if you slow things down and really kind of examine the situation and see what's going on, it's probably not what you think. You have the Ace of Wands, and definitely I would say that both directions, this way and this way, are both saying that you need to follow your inspiration, or there could be a very inspiring opportunity or something that is inspiring you that's coming into your life, and it probably will lead to a lot of success. So kind of like follow your inspiration with this energy. You have the Ten of Cups. And again, these people are standing in the real world, so they still have to deal with all the real world issues and problems, but they're choosing happiness. And I would definitely encourage you to choose happiness at this time. I think that choosing happiness is going to bring more happiness into your life, and also the life of other people around you. This could also, of course, be love. So some of you could be attracting love, or a person who brings more love into your life. And like I said, I think it would be a great time. It seems to me like the end of the year here is a great time for love. So, go for it. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Chariot. Yes, be willing to think different, right? The Chariot, he is leaving behind this city behind him. So everything is exactly the same inside that city, but he is in alignment with what he wants, and so he is charging in the direction of his goals, and this is taking him away from what he has always known. So again, everybody might be thinking one thing in your life, but you think something different, and the Chariot says take control by being in alignment. He has these stars in his canopy, these moons on his shoulders, so no matter what anyone thinks, he is in alignment with his energy, he is matching what he wants, and so the universe brings it to him no matter what is going on around him, right? With the Ace of Wands, you have the Sun. Yes, the Sun makes the whole entire reading much more positive. Plus, it's really funny that I said that I think you're leaving behind a moon period because of the Fool. The Fool would kind of represent a new beginning. And then we have the Sun. So I love readings that go from the moon to the Sun. The other way around is a little bit more challenging, but going from the moon to the Sun says you're entering into a time of clarity. With the Ten of Cups, yeah, all you need is love, right, Gemini? So the Ace of Cups is about focusing on the things that fulfill you, focusing on the things that bring more love, joy, and happiness into your life. And that's exactly what I would do here with the Ace of Cups is focus on love, joy, happiness, and good things. And that's it, right? Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this ring around the moon. It says protection on it. You have the false moon. It says releasing blocks. So we have the moon as your very first clarifying card, and you could be releasing the blockages of the moon, which would be fears, fantasies, illusions, things that aren't real, and that's what you could be moving away from, and you could be realizing that you're protected. I think it's really interesting that you have the Eight of Swords as your first card, because the Eight of Swords in the area of the good stuff would kind of say that you are setting yourself free, or that you are removing yourself from situations that keep you stuck, or you are removing the blockages or the challenges or whatever the case may be. And I feel like that's what you're doing here with the Eight of Swords. You have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands also would be another card of protection in the area of the good stuff. He's drawing a line in the sand. He is protecting himself from anything crossing his boundaries. And so it would be a great time. And again, if you are meeting a new person at this time or even in the near future, the Seven of Wands says make sure to set healthy boundaries and make sure that the other person understands like what you're willing to accept, what you're not willing to accept in a connection. And when you set those boundaries, then things can go much better for you. And that's what I would do there. You have the Two of Pentacles. Sometimes I feel with the Two of Pentacles, especially in the good stuff, that it can represent a settlement. So these Two of Pentacles is a card that I call Clue card. And I have a couple of cards in the tarot that it's not like the accurate meaning of the card, but for me as a reader, it can represent something else that's happening in your life. And the Two of Pentacles sometimes I feel can represent a settlement that's coming in for you or receiving a settlement. So this could be like a legal settlement, but it could also just be like positive karma or receiving some sort of karmic reward from the universe. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Strength card. It's kind of like your hard work is paying off is the vibe that I get off of this card. It's not, again, that's not really what this means, but the Eight of Swords is like saying you stuck with something and you saw your way through something that was like a blockage. You got to the other side, and now you are receiving strength, or you're showing the world how strong you are by overcoming something that was a challenge in your life. And, obviously this is going to lead to success and triumph, as that first card really says in your reading. So it's like you're coming out on top. With the Seven of Wands, you have the King of Swords. Again, I think this is you. The King of Swords could be your energy. You're just showing up in a strong position. Whenever you show up as yourself, it kind of puts you in a position of power and strength. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Wands again. So this here would kind of say that you are making the decision to move towards the Ace of Wands. Again, you could be having an inspiring idea, or you could be having an idea that kind of creates a tower moment. I think that it creates a tower moment in the sense that you're going back to the drawing board. I feel like I said this to you recently as well. So it's almost like you're just kind of like realizing that you have to start something over, or I don't even think you're like starting something over. It would be like, it would be like me starting a new tarot channel. It's like, yes, I would be starting over, but really I would be starting with many, many years of knowledge and wisdom because I've been doing it for a long time, right? And so that's what I mean by starting over. It's like you're starting from a place of knowledge and wisdom. You have the King of Swords. You have this broken ring. It says parting of the ways, either in romance or business. I think a lot of people are kind of leaving things behind. It doesn't have to be either one of these. It could be something else. I think a lot of people are just cutting out the crap, basically, and that's the time that we're in. You have this yoke card. It says feeling tied down or frustrated. I think that a lot of people are coming off of a period of time of feeling tied down and frustrated. Like you just can't get ahead. It's kind of like you can always get very close, but it's like you can't. It's like hard to get over the hill, right? And I think that now you're kind of pushing through that and getting over the hill. You have the scissors card. It says disappointment in some affair. Tower. Again, I don't really feel like something is like super disappointing because again, I think that you're having the revelation, the light bulb moment. It's like something might be disappointing in the sense that you're starting over or you're moving in a different direction. But I also feel like you know that you're now moving in the right direction because of the lightning bolt on the tower. So there you go. You have this tortoise card. It says slowly but surely getting ahead. So I like to see that. I feel like you're finally getting ahead. And you have this torch. It says spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. So you are developing quite a bit. And again, I think you are meant to bring more light into the world, clearly, especially with that 10 of Cups. And, I would keep bringing in the light and keep doing things that bring in love, joy, and happiness, right? Which is a crime, according to some people. But this looks amazing. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.